Hello, hello, hello. We are here for the Ascension Protocol SSA. Well, I say the SSA. One of the SSA broadcasts. We're in the lower bracket. I'll also do bracket command there in the chat for anyone who wants to check out the bracket. Our match that I'm casting here will be Zany against, I guess, Willu is how you pronounce that. I know Willu is a World Championship contender. At least I believe so. With, what was their name? I remember they got picked up by someone. Valiant, right? Yeah. With Valiant. Back in 2023. I don't think he's necessarily A1's main, so not his usual domain, but good enough to still be, you know, high enough level to be in the top 12 here for sure of the SSA Ascension Protocol. We're just waiting on Zany, I believe, to join up. Yeah. Zany, I am well acquainted with. Seen him play a bunch of times. Used to be on White Rabbit, actually. I think he made top 14 with Wee Casper and Olympic, I think it was, right? That team. I can actually show you the bracket whilst we're waiting.
I think Declan, we expect to see at this level often.
I had some media source playing. Still, my bad. Yeah, here's the bracket. We've got Zany Willow at the bottom, but other matches as well are Guns for Stamps, Devour versus Cam, Tweaks against Declan, and the upper bracket we're going to have To Die For against Snowy. Pretty big matchup there, and Sweaty against Ravioli. So pretty big matches there. I wonder what that sound is from the media source. I haven't actually listened to that yet. Let me actually put it on quieter on my own stream, and then I'm gonna watch my own stream. Okay, let me check out what the sound is.
Well, I think anybody would be happy to make it. I think anybody would be happy how you get it, top or lower, and
Okay, I now know what that is. It's Greybeard's stream, I think, what that is. Media source 4. And then for this one I have to mute it as well then. Bang, there we go, I've muted it. That's funny. So that audio is just straight up just Greybeard's stream. Oh, Zany's in his own lobby. Okay, so that's how we probably just created this the same lobby or something like that. Okay, but yeah, there's a price pool, by the way. I was testing the media source audio, but there you go, $500 for first, 300 for second, 150 for top 4, and 100 for top 8. You do have to win a match to make it a top 8, though. But I believe, no, there is no price pool actually for top 12. So there you go. You have to win this match to actually get some prize pool. But Zany is in the lobby, so I should also enable my chats because I don't think I have chats on in case anything is important is being said. I don't know if Reed has been saying anything, but I'm good to go. Should I tell him to join? Feel free to join is what I'm going to tell them. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Willu versus Zany. I got Willu. I gave him the reunion flag. Although it's not like the actual French reunion flag, the official reunion flag, if you will. But I think that one works as well. I like that flag. Up against Zany. I have no idea who's meant to be the favorite. I know obviously in the threes scene, Willu would be considered the favorite, if I'm not mistaken. But here in ones, I have no idea. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen here. I know in terms of kickoffs, in the LAN event Ascension Protocol did, a lot of players liked mixing up their kickoffs. I wonder if here for SSA, where the level is a little bit lower, you know, I doubt there's many ones mains here, the kickoffs might be a little bit more standard. There's going to be a little bit more, not bias, but a preference towards the standard kickoff, I imagine, than, you know, for North America, South America, or Europe and Middle East. But yeah, interested to see what kind of kickoffs we're going to see here regardless. Willu tries to flick Zany here, but Zany pretty much open net, gets it on target, and there we go, good start from Zany. There we go. Instantly skip the replay there. But that seems Reed is not. Okay. Fair enough. I installed this I installed this plugin to make sure I skip the replays as soon as possible now, but now that I've finally done it, I've got an admin that wants the goals to be on stream, which is fair play. You know, I don't mind it either way. Early flick from Willu, early challenge, gets punished. And I love how standards the Fennec has become throughout the years. You know, every region now essentially is maining the Fennec. It used to have a little bit more, you know, the Octane surviving in other regions. It was mainly Europe and Middle East that were, you know, maining it fairly early on. Now it doesn't even matter where you're from. Everyone's maining the Fennec, essentially, except for like Torsos. Jorias likes to use the Octane a fair bit as well, I know. Willu yesterday was able to sweep Clipsy, is that how you say his name? To qualify for today. Zany, let me see, I don't actually know how Zany got here. Okay, he beat Willant and then lost against Sweaty Clarence. Okay, Willu, did he beat anyone else noteworthy? I wouldn't really say so. I guess Ram is a fairly big name, but I get a feeling Willant is probably the better. Ooh, that's a good play there from Willu. Look at this flip reset. Oh, never mind. Reed is now skipping the replays. I think that one's off target regardless, saying he had that one covered. It's going to be a good demo regardless of, you know, not really keeping control of the ball here. Eventually, he's just going to have another attempt here. Really trying to cover low, I think. That's a good save still. Kind of baited out that he wasn't going to be able to get there to the flip reset, but in the end, still just about gets that save, and then has an open net as a reward. Zany early shot should be fine. Slightly wide. Willu can't carry on with that much more. Just trying to be annoying effectively as well. Just about gets another touch. Can Zany turn this one around into a goal? Just has to get another good touch. He does eventually. Willu, he did a fairly good job in making that one a lot more annoying than Zany wanted it to be, but in the end it was just not good enough. Good kickoff from Willu. He's going to have an opportunity. Zany, that 50, not good enough. And then Willu just gets the shot afterwards. A great 50 by him, to be fair. And the way he set up that kickoff really put himself at an advantage. Just a minute and 20 remaining here. 2-goal lead, not exactly a huge margin. Early challenge working out pretty well for Willu, and that's going to be a goal. 3-goal margin, still very doable for Willu. Or no, sorry, for Willu, for Zany, the South African in this matchup. Which sounds funny because there's only 2 players in this bracket that aren't South African, but in this matchup there's only one. Here at the Sub-Saharan stream we got the variety of nationalities. The other person not from South Africa in this bracket would be Tweaks, playing against Declan. Do not ask me what stream that is on, but you can find it on the Wikipedia page. Early shot from Zany. I think that's going to be on target after the follow-up. Just a little sneak up there on 0 boost. I think Willu was hoping he could get a little bit closer to that one, maybe get a 50 on 0 boost. But not quite. Has a lot of time to do something. He gets just the simple air dribble. And you don't really have to do that much from that situation. When you get that close to the net, from that kind of situation, you can kind of just do what you want, really. As long as you make it quick. Good backflip save from Willu, not on a lot of boost. It's going to struggle to get there as Zany pushes it to the side. Low boost effort, not good enough, and Willu just will take this game pretty comfortably. You know, it was pretty close the whole way around, but it never really felt too dangerous. You know, if Zany at some point made a big play, it could have been a lot more dangerous, but in the end, a fairly standard game one. Not much to talk about there either. I feel like they were just kind of feeling each other out as well, you know, kind of standard for a game one scenario, but yeah. So I was just making sure I actually had Willow on the right side of my graphic. Zany did not get a demo there. I thought he was maybe going for it, but okay, Zany, early challenge from Willow. Zany, can he collect this one quickly? Willow is on very, very low boost, tries to maybe go for a fake. I think he could have done maybe a little bit more there if he pulled the trigger a little bit quicker, but confidence lacking a little bit, I would say, from Zany, and that's just a massive 50 as well from Willow. And that's going to be a tilter because Zany knows he had a golden opportunity to score there. And then one bad 50, and then suddenly you're the one trailing. But it is just one goal, so can't let it get to you too much. Willow going for the mechanics. Oh, what a 50 again! I mean, this guy is insane. This guy's 50s are absolutely nuts. Really showing the, you know, the reunion connection to France. Even the kickoffs, which is just another form of a 50, I suppose you could say. Insane. There we go, back to the normal kickoffs, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what kind of kickoff Willow does. He's gonna score regardless. Absolute annihilation so far in first minute. We all know 1v1 though can definitely still turn around. Alright, Zany, what is he gonna do? Am I on Willow cam or something? I think I might be. My control is disconnected apparently. Definitely not on Willow cam, that was just staying on him for some reason. I could actually just oh, that one off target. Let me check this. 1 and 5. Why is it 5? Interesting. I could do it like this. Yeah, I'll try it like this. I'm an observer and a caster. Zany. That's a good try. He knew Willow was gonna go up for that one, but just couldn't get there before him. Look at that. Zany just waiting for Willow to pass it to him, but in the end doesn't really give him the best chance at it. Zany. I gotta say, I do think Zany's seriously struggling with some confidence issues, and I think, you know, those 50s, those kickoffs, those going pretty badly the way they did, will make it all the more hard. And what a shot there from Zany. Fine in the bottom corner, setting that, you know, kind of bounce shot up and finishing it well. Willow, I think he's just gonna have a chance at net, maybe see if he can steal a boost, get a bump. But it was a very tough situation. Willow in the corner. I think he might just even have the net. I think Zany just about should have that one because he's off target anyways. With that one, I think he can just go a little bit quicker. I think the net is much more open than he realizes there. And Willow's really taking advantage of that. He's absolutely ball chasing on Zany right now. And he knows it doesn't really matter too much because Zany's playing, you know, a little bit too patient. You could say, you know, unnecessarily cautious at the moment. He needs that little bit of confidence, but it's gonna be hard to get when Willow's making saves like that. The Doomsday Dish denied by Willow, and that touch is... well, that's an impressive own goal, if anything. Alright, Willow. The mechanics goes on the ceiling. Looking for a pinch, and he finds it! What a pinch that was! Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Why have I just done that? This is a new angle. Sorry, I messed up the cam. I'm on soft attach. Okay, there we go. Apologies. Willow. Oh, still a bear almost gets there. First he got baited into flicking it early, but then still, on the follow-up, almost got there ahead of Zany. And unfortunately for Zany, the coolest thing he's done so far is a peculiar own goal. He doesn't look the most confident here. Willow forcing this one into the corner. Good demo as well. Willow is playing really, really well, to be fair. I mean, that pinch as well earlier. Incredible stuff. 7-2 in game 2. Whoever is going to play against Willow in the next round, I'd be scared. Because look at what he's doing to Zany. Early flick here. I think that's just about on target. He doesn't make any mistakes. He's perfectly realized Zany's, cautiousness, and then every time he does get the situation where he's setting up his own mechanical plays, he finishes them every single time. At least so far. Immense 50, Zany. Even there, another good chance to score, and he just can't quite do it. He's just poured every single bit of confidence out of Zany. It's no longer there. It's completely disappeared. I need to realize that I got my auto skipper on. I'm like trying to press skip, and that's what is making me mess up the in-game camera after a goal. But yeah, game 2, that was even more convincing than first game. First game still felt like there was a chance there for Zany to, to make a comeback at any point. And this game, not at all. It had a decent time on the ball, but actually the output whilst on the ball was just not quite there. Let's check the Willow kickoff. Single jump kickoff, and that one's been working fairly well for him as well earlier on in the series. Good clang there. It's not an easy ball to deal with from Zany. Does a pretty good job doing so, but Willow taking all the boost in the process. One of the reasons why clanging the ball forwards can be so good is you either force something out, a bad save or whatever, and that's just a 50 goal from Willow in the meantime. But as I was saying, you either force out a bad save, or you force them to play slow enough to a point where you force them to use their boost whilst you you end up taking their boost. Just forcing something out. A very important aspect of Rocket League. Throughout every mode, really. Though it applies a little bit differently to every mode. Zany. You can tell Zany he's playing very reactionary. He's almost waiting for Willow to go, and then reacts to it. But then if you're reacting to all of the opponent's plays, you can't really set stuff up properly. cam, there it is. He's got the flip reset. Blocked out by Willu. Early flick. Will he follow it up? He will. That's such a good shot as well. He could see he's not going, and I believe because we're on Willu cam, he doesn't put ball cam on there. He knows how high the ball is. What he's more concerned about is Zany going. He sees he's not going, and then he simply just goes himself. And that's just another shot. Willu's playing absolutely out of his mind right now. Just a total domination right now. It was slightly wide kickoff. That was definitely not intentional. There we go, Zany. That's my guy. I respect all White Rabbit gamers. Any past White Rabbit gamers. I'm not a good 50 again. Alright, Zany. He's getting an opening here in game number 3. The reverse sweep question mark. Is it on? I think it's got to, there's some more work to do for that. But those last 2 goals, definitely, I would say, the worst we've seen of Willu so far in this series. And he's set a high bar for himself. Early shot from Zany, not really asking a lot of questions, to be honest. That's a big clang. I think that's just in. Oh no, it's not. But Zany, he's so awkward, and that's just gonna go in. Oh, Zany, you see that one bounce on the post? Just go for the ball, my guy. Oh, he looks really stressed. That's what I can only imagine has resulted in this. It's a really good demo attempt here from Willu. And something Willu has going for him is he's had that World Championship, you know, pressure in the past. Zany, he hasn't quite gotten to those lengths yet. A great dodge, but the touch not good enough. And there we go, finally a really good play from Zany. That's a really good kickoff as well. Can he get this one on target? Yes, he can! And Zany, just like that, he's back. He has found his confidence. Good bump from Willu. I don't think he can get the speed on him, but no, Zany can't get back either, so there we go. 6-4, favor of Willu. Just a 2-goal lead though. Decent flick, Willu does get a save. Boost management, definitely in favor of Zany though, and that's an early flick. And what a play there from Zany. Spots the early challenge, gets a very nice flick up, and then just an open net. Oh, Willu just absolutely bullying Zany off the ball there. Willu does chase for, or Zany rather does chase for a bit. I think that kinda has allowed him to at least get boost on this play, but he predicted high, Willu went low. Now that's 6-5. Willu kind of in control there. Zany again went early. He's gone early for those a couple times in a row, so pretty predictable by that point. And Willu read it well. Oh, that's a big throwaway, and the ceiling challenge from Willu. Is he going to get there again? Not quite, but Zany can't himself. And that's going to be 9-5. And for Zany, who finally was starting to play, well, good and better than Willu as well, suddenly finds himself, you know, 4 goals down again. After all that work. Now for potentially nothing if he cannot come back here in the 1 minute that's remaining. And Willu just has an open net here. He's just gonna slowly trickle that one in. Zany, early attempt, that's going to be slightly high, goes for another shot, blocked off by Willu, and that's another great demo. Now, Willu has definitely proven to be the better player here so far anyways. Zany, I don't think he showed the best of his capabilities for sure. I mean, even, you know, watching some of the RLCS games, you can kind of tell that he's capable of more. But regardless, making top 12 not too bad, and the way Willu was playing anyways, it was going to be, you know, tough to win against him. Consolation goal. There we go. In the meantime, I should thank Greybeard for having me on. Obviously, a pleasure to cast here today in the Ascension Protocol for SSA. And there we go. That was a good goal actually from Zany. Fortunately, a little bit too late there. You've gone AFK. I realized I just have a map rotation, but I don't think I was well, I know I wasn't the creator of this lobby, so I can't exactly, you know, change the map. But yeah, there we go. Big win from Willu. I honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cast the next match Willu's playing. And all I'm gonna say is I would be scared. I would be scared. Ooh, but I've seen it's Guns versus Daps. So if Guns wins that, I have no idea how good Daps is at ones. I know he's like pretty good in general because I've seen him before, you know, at the top of SSA teams. But I know Guns is an absolute, you know, top tier SSA ones player. So that should be cool. But I would definitely not say that's a given win for them at all. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I should adjust the thingy. Willow's 3-0 over Zany. There we go. And then I can also show the bracket. There we go. They've got our 3-0 over Zany. Other than that, Daps currently winning against Guns. So, you know, the decider of that will be playing against Willu on my stream next up. We have Cam 1-0 up against Devour, Twigs Declan. Apparently, we don't know any of those games yet. No, actually, I believe it's 2-0 so far for Declan. To Die For, Snowy, Sweaty, and Ravioli. They're playing a little bit later on today, so those won't be getting adjusted for a while. And we got our prize pool. Reminder, first place, $500! $500! Sponsored by Chalked Cast, The Goats, Johnny Boy, Garrett G, Pseudo CJ. I know James Bott obviously has been one of the main people involved with Ascension Protocol as well. And then obviously I know Rizzo working in the background for Chalkcast. And then Greybeard, the main guy for SSA in general, probably. You know, the vibe. What was this thing he said on Twitter? Or it's like his bio on Twitter. Let me see. Vibe director, exactly. That's what that's what he's called. He's the vibe director of SSA. And then we have Sir Pegasus Ground Zero doing streams as well, alongside myself for the event. Anyways, I'll go to a little bit of a BR back screen until we have our next matches ready. So I'll see you in a bit.
To win.
Yes, Mason, I am being right back. In fact, I am back. Okay. So I believe all the round one matches have finished. We'll look at them really quickly. There we go. Bang. Yeah, so Guns did end up winning in game 5 against Daps. So there we go. That's gonna be the next match we're gonna be casting. Willow against Guns, all the way at the bottom there, the brackets. Declan was able to avoid a reverse sweep from Tweaks in the meantime, and Cam had a full sweep on Devour as well. And then up in the upper bracket, Sir Pegasus is streaming to die for against Snowy, some of the most, renowned names in SSA. I'll probably say the two biggest names in SSA, just considering the whole history and everything like that. And then, yeah, Sweaty against Ravioli, I think, would be going on Greybeard stream, I imagine. But yeah, Willow actually played really, really well in that last round. So for Guns, I don't think that's going to be an easy match by any means at all. But yeah, should be interesting. Guns will be favored in that match, but he hasn't looked the most convincing in this tournament so far. He's definitely the type of player that can make it run all the way to the grand final and potentially even win. But his form hasn't quite looks like he's going to be able to do that. Maybe he can clinch top 4, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much more than that based on what we've seen so far, though obviously he can easily prove me wrong. In the meantime, let's look at the prize pool. For winning this tournament, you get a whole $500. Prize pool sponsored by Chalked Cast, of course. And yeah, for every player that we're gonna, that's being looked at right now, and all the matches being played now onwards, they've all made the prize pool. As you can see, top 8 there, $100, and then 150 for top 4, 300 for second, and like I said earlier, 500 for first. I'm just checking to see if both players are ready. It doesn't look like it. Guns literally just finished his series a moment ago, so he'll be taking a small break probably. Seems Pegasus stream is kind of struggling right now. I'll look at that in a bit. Bum 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 ba ba. Bada bum 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 ba ba. Just going to check. Okay, Guns is there. I think we might be waiting on Willu then. Could you give me like 2 minutes? Probably. I'm not a moderator. It says I'm a moderator on the Start GG, but I'm not. I'm not. Okay. In the meantime, I guess I can just show you the bracket instead. That's probably a better thing to look at. I'm gonna answer him regardless. I'm now the moderator. If there are any rules, I've overruled all of them, unless they happen to align. I'm sure the players can get some water. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. I guess I should also thank Haza for making this graphic for us. Pretty cool system and everything like that. Can we just agree on that? Follow at GreybeardGG on Twitter. True. You gotta follow Greybeard on Twitter. The SSA Vibe Director. And this event is also huge. This is SSA only. So no Europeans playing out of Europe. You know, everyone who's playing in this event is playing from Sub-Saharan Africa, which is a rare sight these days. And considering, you know, a formidable prize pool, I would say, this 1v1 tournament will kind of decide on what will be perceived as the best 1v1 player in the region. So, very, very exciting event. Willu so far has made top 8. Can he go even further? Guns, obviously, will be in this matchup against him as the favorite. I'm gonna put orange. I assume he'll probably be orange. Okay. Okay, it turns out I'm making the lobby. I'm gonna make sure not to show you guys the details. That would be a mistake. Okay, let me just make sure I don't have any mutators on. I do not have any mutators on, so that's cool. There we go. Looking at bracket, don't worry. Yeah. Thank you, Josh Meister. What a name. Holy. What a name. There we go, Guns is already in. Oh, this is an EU lobby, my bad. There we go, we're back. At the party. There we go. Thanks, Sib. No problem, bruh. No problem. Okay. Guns versus Willow. This is to make top 6. I don't believe you get any more prize pool for top 6 over top 8. But obviously, you know, I don't need to explain why finishing further in the tournament is better, and that's instantly a good kickoff from Guns to result in a goal. But to be fair, on Willow's side, probably could have done a better job there. Let's be honest. Okay, fake kickoff from Guns. It looked a bit weird. I can't even tell if that was perfectly intentional. That's a really good musty. Willu can't get there. And I mean, that's putting your mechanics on display. Let's check the kickoff. Just a normal one there from Guns. That's a good bump, but the miss from Willu. Oh dear. Didn't take very long for this series to have an open net miss. That's a good save from Guns. Puts that one downfield. Willu controls it. Oh, it does immediately lose control though. I have to say that very long break for Willu has not worked out. Instantly, you know, looks less confident, looks less mechanical, more prone to errors than last series. But obviously it's a best of 5. He has a bit of time. I realize they're on the other side, so let me turn this around real quick. My overlay. There's a goal from Guns. Okay, that should be updated. There we go. Okay, all good. And looks like Guns has just faked out Willu again. Guns was absolutely dominating Willu. The World Championship contender. Does he have the... Yeah. Oh, he is a wild card contender. Whatever. I'm surprised it doesn't say World Championship contender. But I guess that makes sense. Guns having a very, very close series in his first matchup. Going to game 5. Oh, and that's a miss. Willu will make sure to pounce on that mistake. I think it was against Daps. Went to game 5 against. In my head, I always mix up Declan with Daps. Just because they both start with D's, I guess. Guns known for his mechanics. A good challenge from Willu. On the ceiling. Read that one well. Guns. I think he wants to go the whole field from his own backboard here. It's going to be a difficult one. Willu does get control of the ball in defense and has an open net. And I respect that from Guns, really trying the mechanical play. And then messes up at the last hurdle here in front of the net. I think this kickoff slightly in favor of Willu. Guns on low boost, not the easiest situation here. Willu, a shot. He's gonna need another one. He's there a little bit late, but he doesn't get it on target off the crossbar and out. And Guns gets it away. And he's gonna hope he gets some pads here along the way. Does so as well, to be fair. Another opportunity here for Willu. Oh, that's... Yeah, he dropped that one to the floor at a bad spot. Couldn't really get a good shot there, but still somehow makes it work eventually. Look at this pinch here. And that's just on target. And it doesn't speed all the way on target. It just slowly drops in, floats up, floats back down on target, which is actually absolutely nuts goal. Guns looking for the mechanics. There we go. Saw the early challenge, gets one over him. That's a nice immediate response by the South African. Here, immediate shot from Willu on target. You know, went into the game looking a little bit cold, but I have to say he has warmed up fairly quickly here. Only a couple minutes. It really took like 2 minutes, maybe. Minute and a half. Okay, well, okay, he's pushing that one to the side, tries to force something out. That's a good stop from Guns. He can even catch back up to it. Does he have enough boost to affect the play? Now he can. Does need that boost, grabs it as well. Very crucial. Crucial? Crucial. And now he's looking for the mechanical play. And look at that, that's actually really good. Yeah. I've never thought about this before, but right here, I've never thought about just putting ball cam off. But it really allows him to see, you know, is Willu going for it? Where is he exactly? And allows him to see where he can shoot it. He has enough awareness about where the ball is. He doesn't need to be looking straight at it. Really showing just how good some of these players are. And Willu was doing, you know, pretty much the same thing as well earlier against Zany, which was an absolute top performance by Willu. Scored a... oh, that's a musty flick. That'll be off target though, and that's an open net for Willu. I was gonna say earlier, Willu got an absolutely insane pinch against Zany. Definitely recommend looking back at that one, but... And he's already got an insane goal this game as well, though it's a little bit different. Definitely insane, but I'm not sure exactly how flashy I guess you would consider it. I feel like Willu definitely should have played that one a bit quicker. I don't think he was aware necessarily of how little boost guns was on there. But he might have lost out on his opportunity to win the game here. Very big clear from Guns, and that's going to be 7-5. Which bring back his lead up to 2. Willu, 15 seconds, has to score 2 goals, and it doesn't look like he's going to, with Guns adding another to his tally. 8-5 in game number 1. Just that last crucial moment. Willu should have played the ball a bit quicker. Does get a good pinch, does still get saved by Guns. But hey, still a good game 1 from Willu regardless. You know, considering next game maybe, you know, he doesn't have that warm-up period. He might go into game 2 a little bit hotter, which can definitely be the difference maker. Could have been, I mean, almost guaranteed the difference maker in game 1, I would say. Pretty much a 50-50 game 1. Apart from that little stint at the beginning. Where Willu was, at least it looks like he was warming up after a very long break from his part, because he swept Zany so quickly. He played that good in the previous series that he basically just had to sit there and wait for this one for the longest time. And you can see as well, I mean, 15 shots to his name and 10 saves to Gun's name. You can kind of begin to see what I'm talking about even without looking at the gameplay. Guns OP. No, true, he is. I remember he won. I think he won. Was it the Greybeard 1v1 Invitational? So he's definitely like, you know, in at least, you know, top 4-ish, right? In SSA for a 1v1. On paper, I mean. And it's an instant kickoff goal as well for Guns. And he's been building up a bit of momentum throughout this event. You know, didn't start the greatest, and then even here in the top 12. You know, went 2-1 down against Daps, and then found his way through game 5, and now here against Willu, starting game 2 off pretty well here again. Okay, using a little bit of boost here. I think he's realizing that as he lifts off a little bit. Doesn't want to risk everything. Tries to do a crossfield air dribble. Does get the musty flick saved by Willu. Can he recover in time? And he... yeah, not for Guns, but Willu definitely a good recovery. Defensive masterclass. And that seems to be Guns' magnum opus. His forte. He's setting up that crossfield air dribble and then turning it into a musty flick as well. Guns all the time in the world to decide what he's going to do here. Just goes for an early shot, and Willu has been absolutely sent. I want to see like a fake kickoff. There we go. I like to see that from Guns. Instant control off the kickoff. That one is a little bit too far away from him though. That ball was leaving him a bit too quickly. Another good challenge from Guns and from Willu. Can't exactly say the same. But I think it was in a low boost scenario. It's always tough when you're on low boost. Can't really recover to double that. Guns forces it to the side, just about gets the boost as well, and he's gonna. That was enough for him. Still gets demoed though for his efforts. Ultimately, I would still say that play went in favor of Willu. Guns just open now after that 50. You know, absolutely dominating the 50s in his first series, but Guns, I think the threat of his mechanics in general is definitely putting Willu a little bit more on edge. Willu's just he's gonna leave the field. I mean, fair enough, but Guns also just gets the most insane musty. I mean, that's clearly his thing, right? I think we can all just agree on that, is this guy just really likes mustying the ball. And that seems to be the thing, you know, even if you're all low boost, potentially the early challenge might even be more viable than hoping for the best, because this guy's just going to musty at top corner or something. I say that, but that's definitely not true, because some of these have gone off target, and in those situations Willu has always been able to recover and scored a counter instantly, so there's definitely some value in just hoping for the best, even against Guns who can musty it so consistently. Here, just a flip reset. He's there to just show off he does actually know other mechanics. It's not just the musty. And well, the air dribble to set it up as well, obviously. He can also flip reset the ball. I make it sound like it's some kind of like bad thing that he's like so good at mustying. Alright, what's he gonna do? Flip reset? Musty pop? Flip reset? 50? I mean, you can't stop him. He's literally unstoppable. He looks like he's playing free play right now. He is literally in free play. Okay, Willu. It's not a bad kickoff. I think he can get control out of this one. I can't even speak properly. It's because of his mechanics. It's making me incapable of speech. Alright, what's he gonna do? He's gonna set up the flip reset? Mustier? Okay. At this point, I feel like he has to be in free play. The ceiling pre-jump? He's really looking for this pre-jump save. Alright, Willu, you got 1 minute, score 6 goals. Okay. He did go for double flip reset. I respect that. He's trying to find his inner freestyler. Oh dear. Did he get another flip reset? He didn't. But that's 8-1. Yep, Guns is he looks pretty mechanical. That's my analysis, my expert analysis of this game. Guns equals mechanical. Is that a goal? It is not. Do we see the backwards air dribble? We see the backwards air dribble fake into missed flick. That's not a bad shot, to be fair. It definitely forces out a save. That's a really good 50 from Willu. And there we go. That's a bit of confidence back. You know, the last 30 seconds, you just gotta get some confidence back if you're down a million goals. Gottsmiller is playing Rocco. Is he the next SSA player? I doubt it. You can see him like looking to the left right after he's missed the boost. He's like, what just happened? I just missed that boost. Hey, that's a good pitch to be fair from Willu. This always tilts me though when I'm trying to get like into 0 seconds and then someone keeps it up on like 1 second to still score or something. That really like annoys me. You gotta score in 0. You can't score in 1. That's just tilting. Okay, for map 2, I was told we do Forbidden Temple. Alright, let's look for it. Will we find it? Did I just? Wasteland, Utopia. Aha! Forbidden Temple. There we go. Did I say game 2? I think it's actually game 3, isn't it? It's game 3. My bad. It looks like it's going to be Guns setting up the first play. Who would have thought? Is he going to go for a musty? I think he might be. He wanted to. He was forced to 50 that one. But we all saw that. He wanted to musty the ball. Guns again. Taking his time with this one. I think he wants Willu to second guess everything here. He's just going for an air dribble, and that's a really good one as well. Just getting that little bit more lift off vertically than what the defender expects. You don't have to necessarily air dribble onto the sky. Just getting a little bit more height than what the person looking at you thinks you can do. That's really where the danger comes in terms of scoring air dribbles. Big demo from Willu. And he actually, he just takes a second to shoot and then just slots it bottom corner. I think he made Guns believe he was trying to go for some kind of 50 instead, hoping that Guns would maybe pre-jump into the corner, but he did not. This one he just has to play early. Yeah, right there, if he just plays it with a little bit more confidence, I think he just scores that. Oh, that one, the top corner from Willu. There we go, Willu in the lead. The reverse sweep. Willu does seem no nonsense enough to a point where, he has the good mechanics and everything as well. He is capable of winning this series, but I have to say, the way Guns has looked so far, he looks pretty confident. Makes it unlikely, but if you get some momentum going, suddenly, maybe Guns gets a bit tilted, whatever. And this could be the starting point of that. I do think, though, if both of these players play like to their peak potential, 100% Guns wins 99% of the time. But there's most definitely a window of opportunity here for our RLCS wildcard World Championship contender from Réunion. I probably butchered that pronunciation massively, but our only player actually from Reunion in the top 12, or now even in the top 8, I should preface. Both these players already confirmed $100 prize pool. That's going to be an open net from Guns. Tie things up. Do we see a fake kickoff? I think Willu does seem to be... He uses 2 kickoffs, I believe. Just the standard one, and then the single jump one. On the ball, I mean. Kind of like a single jump into the ball and then a wave dash after you 50 the ball on the kickoff, if that makes sense. I believe Scrub Killer was the one who popularized that one at the latter end of his career, kind of like, you know, when he was at Dignitas with Joris and Jack. Here could be a good opportunity for Willu. Guns is doing a good job at staying annoying whilst tracking back. But I think he's awkward enough to the point where this might be a goal. 50 not good enough though from Willu. Is this gonna be a musty? No, I don't think so. Yeah. What a fake there from Guns. Willu got absolutely sent to the skies. And that's what happens, right? The more mechanical you are, the more you can play with your opponent because they know what you're capable of. So it's kind of like the more you're capable of, the more deceptive doing less is, if that makes sense. Where you're not capable of a lot, you know, a lot of fakes don't look that threatening because they're not expecting much more of you anyways. But when you have Guns, who, you know, is capable of a lot, suddenly not going for the ball for 2 seconds makes you think, you know, what's gonna happen? Anything can happen from here. Willu in control here, 2 goals down. Big pre-jump from Guns, wow. Was not expecting that one. Good kickoff from Guns, going up in the air for this one. Oh, that's a really good challenge as well from Willu, who looks like he was essentially on 0 boost as well. Really impressive. And this is the kind of situation you never want to be in. That musty though left a lot to be desired from Guns. Simple front flip flick did not work out here for Willu. Guns trying to take the boost. Doesn't get a touch on the ball. If Willu had just seen the miss earlier, he definitely could have just scored straight off of that, but... Oh, that's a good enough air dribble. Again, it's similar to the one earlier from Guns, where it's just that extra little bit of adjustment on the ball that really turns it into a goal. Not any particular impressive height or anything. Just, you know, redirecting the ball a little bit more than expected. Simple shot. Easily saved by Willu as we're tied 5-5. Important to mention, Guns is on match point, so if Willu loses this game, he is out of the tournament, top 8, still going home with $100, but you always wish for more. Willu in overtime. Goes for a fake. Guns doesn't make contact. Open net for Willu. And that might be the tilt that you needed to get yourself back into the series. Guns, will he tilt out because of this loss? Because he generally looked better, I would say. It's been a very close game, don't get me wrong, but yeah, he let himself go a little bit, I would say, by the end of that game. And Willu did a really good job of punishing the mistakes. And I just readied up instantly without thinking about the map. You know, it's the best map in the game anyways. You know, I gave the first map 2 games. That's how it works, right? You give every map 2 games. Seems first goal in game 4 going to Guns. Guns. You know, I mentioned earlier Willu, the RCS World Championship contender, but Guns himself has been to big LAN events himself, particularly the Esports World Cup, where I remember his team went there alongside Limitless for SSA, that is. Willu gonna get bumped there. I think Gun's kind of waiting to see if Willu commits. Found himself a little bit rooted there to the floor, and that's why I went for the shot, but still saved in the end. It's a tough one because you have to, for Willu there, he has to be concerned about whether Guns demos him or not. So he can't just take his time there. And that's a good counterattack there from Guns again. Not had to work too much for his goals in terms of really setting up an offensive, you know, play. He just pretty much all three of his goals were counters, I think. Might be another one, and it is. Willu not playing risk averse enough, I guess, in this game, and that's a big mess up on the kickoff. Guns will just have immediate control. Gets one, gets two, gets three. Backflip shot. Willu gets away on 0 boost though. And will we see the musty? Willu is going to go for the early challenge. Still 0 boost. And he knows he's now committed to being to challenging on 0 boost. He's kind of like, yeah, now I have to go. I can't just go back now. Another early challenge, and then, yeah, that's going to be another open net goal. 5-0 for the favorite. What is going on with this Willu's kickoffs? I cannot tell. Surely that's not intentional, right? He like basically misses the ball. Maybe it's a controller issue. Typical. Psycho off target. There we go. Let's see the confidence, but he can't get that final one. At least got a 50 to keep himself alive. Oh, that is not it. That is not it. That's a go next moment for Willu. Guns just went way lower than Willu expected, and that kickoff just goes straight in. Just absolute annihilation right now. Another save from Guns, and to be fair, I think 8-0 might be the point where you have to say it's going to be tough to score 8 goals within that time. And Guns has played really well throughout the series, but this game as well, just really a really good read on Willu's offensive attempts. I think it's over. I think so too. I'll put it to direct your cam for a bit. Consolation goal. Maybe not. Fair play to Willow for still getting a game at least. And at least, you know, looking at this tournament, he gets to look back at the series against Saini, which, to be fair to him, was really well played. And got a really insane pinch goal as well. So gets a good look at a good clip, you know. And gets to go home with $100 for making top 8. Go on, demo him. That's another thing I like about Greybeard. He's a fellow demo enjoyer. Does he have to make it 10? He does. It's 10-0. I think if I was Willu, I think I might have left the lobby at this point, but I'm not sure if there's a rule against that or not. That's all I'm saying. I don't have the mental to survive a 10-0 deficit. I'm out of there instantly. I am out. 11-0 now. But well played to Guns. That was a really impressive series, and well, last game as well. You know, 11-0. Scored a very, very cool 1 or 2 musty goals as well earlier on. And there we go. Let's have a look. We'll have a look at the brackets, shall we? There we go. To Die For has won against Snowy. So Snowy, I believe, is considered another, you know, at least top 4 1v1er in the region. And he's going to be playing against Guns. So 2 players that I've so far referred to as top 4 1v1ers in the region are now playing each other to make top 4. So one of them will not be doing so. Sweaty swept Ravioli in the upper bracket as well. Declan is currently winning against Cam, which would be a cool result as well. Remember Cam being a really good player as well. Just a little bit maybe outside of the top 4, but potential to go up there if he slightly overperforms. And then, yeah, I believe that's it for my stream, right? I saw that Sir Pegasus was having some issues with his stream, but I think he's getting Ground Zero to take over those matches. We can also take a look at a prize pool. Willow's there, my goat. That's our first top 8 guaranteed, at least. Well, not at least, but he is 5th to 8th player. So yeah, we'll see who wins. I think Sweaty might be the favorite, but I honestly have no idea. That's why this tournament is so cool, is because some of the recent 1v1 tournaments that have been going on have had mixed results. You know, Snowy won one, I think Sweaty won one, Guns won one, but Snowy and Sweaty weren't playing in that one. So yeah, definitely this will be the tournament to decide who actually is the best player in the region. We'll take a last look at the bracket. And then yeah, I believe we're done. We're done! I'm done! So once again, thank you Greybeard for having me on board for the streams and everything. And oh, I haven't mentioned this yet as well, but thank you to Reed as well for adminning. He's been helping out a bunch. And then yeah, I'm gonna call my stream here. So thank you guys for watching. Obviously make sure to go to Greybeard or whatnot, Greybeard GG on Twitch for more content on the Ascension Protocol SSA 1v1 tournament. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Ta-ta.
taste so sweet even when they hurt.